who up is us this morning as well as y'all. But today we're gonna talk about child support. Should women take child support out on the man if he are taking care of the kids or have been taking care of the kids and still continue to take care of the kids? Should the opposite parent take child support out on the opposite parent? What you think, Dara? No, because if the parent been doing for the child, I don't think they should take child support. But some people are just envy and just mad and just want to do. It's a I'm gonna take child support out on him because I don't like how he living or whatever. He got other kids and I'm just mad. So I'm just gonna take child support. See, some women feel like that. But I think it's wrong if a person is seeing about a child to take child support out on the other parent. That's real wrong. They just want the money or whatever because they just mad and miss and just tell my nerves up. How about your nerves on that? Well, my input is that I feel like, a parent, if she taking out child support out on their daddy, man, and always throwing up your other kids, you take care of your other kids, you take care of your other kids, and you are at home with the woman you got the kids by, but these kids out here, and you taking care of the kid, but the mother want more, and then she takes out child support. Jealous? Okay. So I feel like if a man is paying child support for the child, and the mother is receiving the money, and she called and want more money. Now, I just don't understand that part because the child support is supposed to take care of, the child, but the mother want more. I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this, if a daddy is taking care of his child, is in his child life, you know what I'm saying? Women's will try to stop the man from seeing the child, but still want child support. I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that if I was a man and I'm paying child support for my child and you call me asking for more money just because I can't give you no more money. And I just could not do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, I feel like you get more by me helping you and giving you support for the child, but when you go taking out child support, it seems like the system give you what they want you to have. So the child really ain't getting much money, but you still want some support and stuff. And then my thing of y'all, these females get mad with the dad, and then want to stop the kids from being with the daddy, especially when they 12 and 13 years old. Yeah, that's my thing. Man, I feel like you wait till a person envy. Yeah, you wait till the person get like everybody have ups and downs. Everybody falls short sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. Life is life. Some people might lose their job, but you got parents. When a person loses their job, that's when you want to take out child support on the dad. Now I feel like now that's wrong. And then the child 12 and 13, I feel like you should not do that. You know what I'm saying? Why take out child support when the child is 12? When you should have took out child support when the child was smaller, a baby or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But everybody have their different opinion about the situation. You know what I'm saying? But well, I think that the reason she's doing it is because she wants the money and not put it on the child. Well, no, I feel like a lot of these parents do. They take the money and spend it on themselves, right? Instead of spending the money on the child. No, that's wrong. That's what I'm saying. That's wrong to do. By them being up in age and then you take child support, I feel like a woman just want the money for herself and just gonna spend just a little bit on the child. Some women do that. Yeah, some do that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And it's crazy. And I have another thing to say. When you got men out here being dads and fathers, let the men be dads. Don't try to take the child out the man's life if he, being a daddy to the child. Don't do that. And a lot of these women, they try to hold these kids away from their dad, but you're not hurting the daddy. You're really not hurting the parent. You hurt the child. You know what I'm saying? Because then your child be crying and want their daddy. Then you try to stop the child from being with the daddy when that's what she knows and she used to. Women should not do that. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't keep your child away from the daddy just because you mad at the daddy. And then another thing, don't talk about the daddy to the child. I feel like parents don't need to do that. You don't need, just don't talk bad about the opposite, the parent. You know what I'm saying? If you got something negative to say about the parent, don't say it to the child. Don't say it to the child. Call the parent. Call the absent parent and tell that parent what you want him to know or what you want her she to know. But don't be doing all that talking negative to the child about the daddy. That's wrong. Now I don't agree with that either. Me either. You know what I'm saying? It's a mess to me, But you got these parents out here that, cause the man don't want them no more, they gonna take it. I'm gonna take the child away from you. If cut them off. But I feel like if these men start flipping this stuff, because parents, women have rights, men have rights. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say if the men start flipping this stuff on these women's, then a lot of this stuff will be cut out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because men do have rights as well as a woman when it coming down to a child. Because a parent say, "Oh, I got 100% over this child. I got 100% rights." Well, dad got rights too over a child, especially he been a child like being a dad. You know, but I'm speaking to women. So if y'all got men that being daddies to these kids, let them be a daddy and father to their kids. Don't try to take them away. You know what I'm saying? And try to hurt the man, because you really not hurting the man. You hurting the child. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize. You hurting the child. Yeah, that's sad. It is. So, and I'm going to say it. If a man is taking care of a child, giving you child support for the child, you're supposed to take that money and spend it on the child. You shouldn't have to call him and ask him for more money. I'm sorry. What you think? If I was a man, and I'm paying child support, and you call me talking about you want some more money, I'm hanging up in your ear. That's what I do. Because I wouldn't give you nothing. Go spend that money on that child because you think I'm going to support you. No. I couldn't be a man. No. No. And then, and a lot of parents, which you can co-parent, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can't co-parent. But the best thing is, since you got a child in the middle of it, you should co-parent and try to co-parent regardless, you know what I'm saying? If the person start talking outside of the net, just shut it down quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here finna argue with you when it coming down to our child. It's just a yes or a no. You know what I'm saying? And solve all the problems. Some people don't even know how to co-parent. Yeah, but they need to learn how to co-parent because some call them tell when they can't co-parent, somebody mad. Okay, but let me say this: somebody mad. Now, when a man is got a wife, you know what I'm saying, and when children are involved, some women think that the wife responsibility is to support the child as well as the dad. What you think? Where they doing that at? Well, I'm just saying, some of these women think. Yeah, they do. Some of these women do think. They do, but it's not the wife responsibility to pick up the slack what the daddy ain't doing. No. If she want to, she can. But see, there were a lot of women get it twisted at. Cause you married, you supposed to see about this child. That's a lie. You don't supposed to see about nothing. Especially if they were made before you. What they doing that at? No. That's up to the wife. The wife want to do, yes, but no. Because someone can have this slick mouth and say, well, you going to do this. Why? He ain't got no job. You going to do this. No, I ain't got to do nothing if I don't want to. What you need to do, step up when he ain't got it. Be the mama. Not the wife be the mama. No. So this how I feel about it. No. No, don't keep coming for the wife, saying the wife need to do this and do because he ain't working. What if the wife got kids herself? She got to take care of her own kids. What they doing, daddy? Some people, they say that the wife's supposed to do. I don't care what they say. You know what I'm saying? And they feel like the wife's supposed to be obligated to. No, the wife don't supposed to be obligated to do. I'm just saying that's what they think. Well, they got it wrong. They think this way. Well, they got it wrong. Because it's up to the wife or the husband to step up and do what they want to do. They ain't got to do nothing. They ain't make them. Well, so what the wife got to do and what the husband got to do. If they feel like they want to, yes, then it's fine. And then you want to come with some help, then that's sure enough for cut off. Don't do that. Well, I'm going to say it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, y'all just try to co-parent. When it coming down to the child, try to co-parent. Now, y'all do this now. And, sometimes you have to count to 10. 1, 2, 10. Okay, now if you was the wife, what would you do? You would do it? You step up to the plate and take care. What are you looking like that for? If it were me, if I was... You gonna step up and... Well, I would... Let me tell you what I would do. If I was in that situation, you know what I'm saying? If my husband had kids, and he wasn't working at the time, you know what I'm saying? What I would do, you know what I'm saying? It'll be from my heart. Exactly. Exactly. I would get a couple of outfits, you know what I'm saying? I would get a couple of outfits. But baby, I would try to talk to the other parent and let them know it's not my job, it's not my duty to do, but I'm doing it just because my husband is not, working right now, and I get a couple of outfits or whatever, and if you don't take it, then this is up to you. And then my thing of it is, I feel like if the daddy is not working at this moment in time, mm-hmm. and the mother of the child, mm-hmm. They should say, well, damn, he been working, he been supporting my child all this time till she got to a certain age, and now he's not working, so then I wouldn't even bother him, you know what I'm saying? And I would communicate. That is the key. People need to learn how to communicate. Okay, so that's when you got to communicate. That's when they don't want to do that. That's when they are still mad at that man. Well, guess what? If they don't want to communicate with him or because he ain't working, they are mad. Well, life goes on because you had your chance. That's what I say. You had your chance when you got the child by the man. Y'all was in a relationship. You had that chance to do right. You had that chance to become the wife. You had all them chances to do whatever. with this man. Now all of a sudden, now he moved on and he got a family, and you know what I'm saying, and things happen in life. Things do. But no, honey, I get one outfit or two. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna break my neck and and do it. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. But I don't mind helping the kid. You know, I would help the kid. No, 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 mind. It just. But I ain't gonna do it because you want me to. I'm gonna do it because I want to. They, some of them have that slick mouth and say this and say that, and wife supposed to step up. Wife don't see that where they get it twisted at. Wife and the husband do not have to step up and do nothing. Well, I do it because I want to do it, not because you want me to do it. Exactly. And ain't because you making me do it. Right. And none of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But this is my thing over there. Me personally, I would tell her, don't put me in that mess because I'm not in between you and him stuff. That's between y'all. Y'all co-parent. I'm not in the middle of that. I wasn't there when y'all made that baby. So you're not finna put me in the middle of y'all stuff. You know what I'm saying? And by that being my husband, y'all keep that at a minimum, please. Because I don't have time for that. That's mess to me. And I don't like mess. And I ain't got time for the messiness. And then where they come from being messy. And then another thing I gotta say, you know, the daddies, they buy clothes, they buy shoes, they do the whole thing. Some women don't want it. And then you let the child get the clothes. And you don't never let the child wear the clothes. Now that's what the part I don't understand. You want this man to spend his money on clothes and shoes, and he do just that. And give you the clothes. And you never let the child wear the clothes. You want to go take the clothes back to the store and get the money. Okay, so that means she want to spend the money on her and get the child what she want that child to have. 2 outfits or 3 and the rest on her. What they doing did over there. Yeah. You know, it's now there where that come from. It's anytime a woman don't want the clothes, want them, I'm gonna take it back to the store to get the money. She ain't gonna spend that money on that child. She putting that money in her pocket. See, a lot of women think that they got child support taken out on a man. Cause I live here, you have to pay bills here. It don't work like that. Some women think like that. Cause I got a child by you. You got to pay my light bill. You got to pay water bill. You got to do this. They ain't got to do that. That money is for that child. That money ain't for house bill and all of that. No. But some women think that. I don't believe in stuff like that. Because you got a child by a person and you getting child support or whatever, they got to see about you too when y'all ain't together. No. It don't work like that. That's why I couldn't. Women's. Well, all I can say, honey, these men better do what they gotta do, baby. Cause if it were me, I'll show you what rights I got with when it comes down to a child that I'm taking care of. If I know that. If I gotta take care of a child, I'ma show you. Since you got rights, I got rights as well. So y'all men's, you know what I'm saying, y'all do have rights as well as a woman. And if y'all men's start flipping, flip the game. You gotta flip it. A lot of these women will stop, you know, saying what they say, do what they do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff will be eliminated. It will stop. You know what I'm saying? So y'all men's, honey, y'all better get up on your game. Y'all better get up on your game, baby. You know what I'm saying? Cause I got boys. I got young men. I got a man, you know, and a young man. You know, one is 33 and the other one is 19. Believe me, I do school mine. I let mine know y'all do have rights. You know, me too. When it comes down to, I tell mine too. They won't want mine to have none, honey, cause I ain't got time for that. Honey, no. Cause baby, you ain't gonna get up on my boy. So what we are saying today is, you know, y'all men, you gotta be careful who you get your child by. As like women, you also have to be careful who you get your kids by as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just out here just doing the doing the do, and ain't thinking about all of that. Y'all need to be thinking. So y'all be careful who you get your babies by, because of, you know, because we're not in a relationship anymore. I'm just gonna take it out on the kid and not let you see the child. I'm not gonna, it's a big mess. Y'all don't want to be in no mess, honey. Y'all, let me tell you who y'all need to do. Keep God first. Keep God first, and He will take care of. Yeah, He will handle. He will. Yeah, He'll take care of. But y'all flip the script. That's what I'm saying. You know, y'all get y'all kid legitimized and everything, and guess what? Then what they gonna say? What they gonna say? Nothing. Because then where your rights come in. So y'all better start flipping this stuff, baby. Y'all means better. And don't think cause y'all got a baby bound that you gotta see about them in the whole household. You don't. And stop talking negative stuff in front of the kids, to the kids, about the daddy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all women, stop that, because y'all do. Men's too. Don't talk about the mama to the child in a negative way. Don't do that. That's wrong. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Because some men be mad too, just like women be mad. So don't do it. It ain't worth it. And it's not all about the men, it's the women as well. You know what I'm saying? So just don't do that. That's wrong. So, but y'all be careful who y'all have these babies by. And, baby. I don't believe in child support. I don't either. Because you're going to either see about it or you're not going to see about it. And I'm not going to beg you, and I'm not going to make you, because you already know what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, and I don't like the system, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to use the system in getting child support, because I feel like this, I'm going to take care of mine regardless. I'm going to take care of my child regardless if you help or you don't help, you know what I'm saying? And there were a lot of women fail to realize, because the man don't want to help, then you gonna go slacking. No, my kid's not gonna lack on that, baby. If you help or you don't help. And I'm not finna go to the child support recovery place and take out child support and make you take care of a child, because you know what you were doing when we were laying out doing the do. It consequences with stuff. If you lay down and have sex, you get a baby. And if you don't want to take care of the child, it's all right, because baby, what y'all fail to realize, kids, they know who love them, they know where they get love from, and they do grow up. And guess what? It all shown. The book is there. You ain't the mama or the dad ain't got to tell the story or none of that, because once the child grew up, you already wrote the book. All they got to do is read. They see it. They see it. But I'm going to leave y'all with this. Love, spending time, showing a child you love them is more valuable than buying all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can give a child the world. You can give them the world. You can buy them Jordans. You can buy them all the expensive stuff and everything. But love and showing a child love and spending time with them and always in their life is more important than all that stuff. And when if a man is in their child life, that love overrules what you about. It does. You know what I'm saying? Because the love ain't gonna go nowhere. The love don't go away. But guess what? They grow out them clothes. You have to give them clothes away. You got to do all that. But you can't give that love away, because that love gonna stay. A child love their dad. Because if a dad in their child life, a mama cannot stop that. You can't stop a child from loving their daddy. They're going to love their daddy. So, we're going to leave y'all with that. I'm going to say it. Keep God first. And guess what? He woke us up this morning, and thank the Lord. And this is who? Lorene
Dorene.
Talk Show. So y'all stay tuned for some more, baby, and peace.
And stop being messy.
What is